This begins our new segment where we are going to do a collector profile every month. I've been looking forward to this since we sort of talked about this. We've had a couple other collectors on the show in different capacities, but this is going to be a little different. Today, we're just going to jump right into some questions. Question number 1. Who are you and what do you collect?
Hey, I'm Welch's. I collect all sorts of things. Video game wise, I collect games for the Nintendo Switch, obviously. I also collect Wii U games. I probably have about a third of the collection, the library. I also have a Wii U kiosk, an amiibo kiosk. Let's see, I have Zelda amiibos. I collect all the Zelda amiibos. Not really big into all the amiibos, but just the Zelda ones. Let's see here. I also collect non-video game stuff. I collect soccer scarves. I'm still waiting for Super Rare George to get me a soccer scarf there. I collect shot glasses. It's kind of random. But other than that,
I collect pint glasses.
So. Nice. Yeah, whenever I travel to go anywhere, I try to pick up a shot glass. So I think that's about it as far as what I collect. Oh, wait, no, I have NES games too. I have a relatively decent NES collection. I think I have 170 or so games. Not too shabby. I also collect kids. I have 3 of those. Probably have 1 or 2.
Those are really expensive.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous picking those up for collecting too. You got to be real careful where you go do that. You know,
I find it's best if you make your own instead of buying them.
Yeah, I try to stick with that. But I'd be fine with 3, but I think we might end up having a couple more. Kind of crazy, but hey, life's short, right?
It gets shorter the more kids you have.
I know, right? But yeah, I think that's about it as far as what I collect.
So the next question is going to be, why are games important to you?
Why are games important to me? For me, especially with the kids situation, I don't have a lot of free time, so games to me is just a big escape. Kind of crazy reality that I live in. I love it, but the games to me is my only way to escape typically. So for me, having that game time, it's very crucial to keeping sane. So
sanity is important.
Yes, very much so.
What was the first video game you ever played?
First video game I ever played. Kind of a standard response, but it was Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt. My soon-to-be stepdad at the time, I would think I was 6. He bought us a Nintendo classic or an NES classic, and he brought it home. It was me and my 6 brothers, and I think someone had a birthday or something, because there was a bunch of friends over too, staying the night. So there was like me, my 6 brothers, all these friends just gathered around in the dark, just playing Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt all night long. So it was quite an experience at the time. It seems to be a common first game, but I was 6 at the time. That's what I grew up with, was the old Nintendo. Never had a Super Nintendo though.
We're around the same age then. See, Soul played older games with like rocks and stuff, so...
Yeah, right. Marbles.
We had to walk to school uphill both ways.
While being chased by velociraptors. So
still owed $1 by Jesus. Gotta collect on that someday.
Nice.
What are your top 3 favorite games of all time?
Oh, top 3 favorite games of all time. I think Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite games. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I was a senior in high school when that came out, so I was really looking forward to that. It was a big change in the series. Really like the way they changed the 3D and everything. It's been a long time since I played it, but I think Super Mario RPG is another one of my favorites from way back in the day.
It's a good choice.
I'd love if they brought it to the Switch somehow, some way, even if it's online or something. Oh man, it's a tough one. I hate to go back to like Final Fantasy VII or something. I'm gonna have to go with the Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. I know it's a classic, but yeah, definitely a solid one for me.
We would have also accepted Yo Noid on the NES.
Yo Noid? Oh, yeah.
Or Cool Spot.
Cool Spot, yeah. Well, Ice Climbers is up there for me, too. I don't know.
No. We said 3, not 4. You have to, narrow it down.
All right.
So what
I
is
played so much Ice Climbers. It was crazy growing up.
What is the worst game you've ever played?
The worst game I've ever played? My parents would probably kill me for saying this, but it's got to be Bible Adventures for the NES. You guys ever played that?
You may be the first person I know that's actually played that.
Oh, it was like a blue cart, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It was so bad. You had you were like David, like trying to beat Goliath and throwing like sheep at people and stuff. It was so weird.
I've booted it up, but I have talked myself out of playing it at the start screen. What's the
probably a good choice?
What is your most prized video game related possession?
Most prized video game related possession. I mean, I've gotten some recent Switch things that are pretty cool, like the Thimbleweed Park. I got autographed by the whole limited run team, so that's a pretty cool thing I have. Probably gonna have to go with the crazy collector's edition I got for the Switch with the swords for Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi. I think it's how it's pronounced. It has a katana and a dagger with it, so it's pretty sweet. Cost me a hefty chunk of change.
You're one of 2 people I know that. Yeah. There's only one other person I know of in the community that has one. Yeah.
So I think most prized video game related possession would have to be that.
Who is your favorite video game character?
I might just have to go back to Final Fantasy X. Tidus, man. Gotta go with that. Sorry.
I gave you a pass on Final Fantasy X being a favorite game, but Tidus being your favorite character? Come on.
I don't know, man. It was just such a classic game for me at the time. I was senior in high school, man. Coming of age. Come on. It was just my favorite game. It stuck with me, man. Well, I have kids, so I don't get to actually play a lot of my games. So I stick to a very small library of games. So I just need to play more. That's what I love about the Switch, actually. So I'm playing a lot more games that I've never played in genres and stuff. Figuring out.
Well, thanks to our video, you got to play Paw Patrol on a roll.
Heck yeah, man. I was playing that yesterday with my kids.
I mean, if there's any other game you'd like to play with your kids, I can make a video on it if that helps. Like,
please
if
do.
you want a reason to play Galgun with your kids, I can do that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough sell playing that in front of your wife. But yeah, man, Paw Patrol, it's awesome. I rescued some dude that broke his knee yesterday. It was great.
I recall that. What is no, I was wrong. What was your first adventure in collecting before the Switch?
First adventure in collecting.
Yeah, basically, what was the first thing that you dove super hard into, like you're doing the Switch now? What was the first thing that you did that with before the Switch?
I'd probably have to go with the shot glasses. It was really random, but everywhere I went, from high school on, I would collect a shot glass. I traveled all over the states. So I've been to most of the 50 states. So I probably have a shot glass from most of the 50 states, plus a lot of places overseas I've been. So.
On behalf of Indiana, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure I have an Indiana one in there, or Hoosiers or something. So. But yeah, I was pretty hard up on the shot glass collecting for a while. They're in a box here somewhere in my garage. But my wife didn't let me display them in the house.
It sounds like most things are in a box in your garage. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's we live in a pretty small house, so
stop having kids. It gets smaller every time you have.
I know, right? I'm not sure I want to keep collecting the kids, but the wife does. So.
And they don't even have to stay in the garage.
My game room now. It's going to be sweet. In 12 months when I finish it, it's going to be sweet. So. Someday.
Someday. So what game do you want to see get a physical release? And why is it Vroom in the Night Sky?
Well, I was just about to say that one, but I don't know. There's a lot of... really love Zelda, and there's a lot of ones that I haven't played. that were on other systems, like A Link Between Worlds and stuff like that. So if they had some kind of compilation of old Zelda games, I think I would love that.
That's an acceptable answer.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
I mean, Half-Life. Can I say Half-Life? I mean, that
you could say whatever you want as long as it doesn't already have a physical release. Yeah, of course.
I'd love if they brought like Half-Life, Orange Box, all that stuff to the Switch somehow.
Seems
I don't
like
think we'll ever get Half-Life 3, but
I think Soul was mentioning something about like Team Fortress 2.
Yeah,
coming to, that'd be neat. But
I don't think I would play that on the Switch though. No, just wishful. Like we were talking about it one day, but I don't think I'd actually play it on the Switch.
No, but you'd buy it and display it with pride.
Of course I would.
Okay, so let's see here.
This is the big one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Should I hike up my pants?
Okay, yeah, okay. Name 3 collectors that you challenge to be guests in our next episode.
Ooh, 3 collectors.
So in other words, pick some other people that you want to see in the hot seat.
Answer questions like these or these exact questions. We don't know.
All right. I'm gonna go with Pikmin Link. I think is probably how you pronounce it. I love his display and his collection, so I'd like to hear more from him.
Isn't he the one that got a hold of the display from a closing Toys R Us?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was jealous of that.
Yeah, I really like his display. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw out Iron Madden, fellow New York guy. I'm from New York, so.
He's the guy who didn't make it through Troll and I after he promised he would. After he lost a bet with me.
Hey, well, that's good because if we bring him on, then you can hold him accountable.
Oh, I will tear into him for sure.
And I'd like to hear from Shiggy, if you could somehow get Shiggy on.
Shiggy. All right. So Pikmin Link, Iron Madden, and Shiggy, you've all been called out. You heard it here.
Maybe, if they listen to our show.
They're all never going to talk to me again.
Well, hopefully, at least one of them will be willing to step up and talk to us in a coming episode here. Before we wrap this segment up, I just kind of want to give you maybe an open floor if there's anything else that you wanted to talk about or ask us, or kind of say to anybody that might be listening.
I just want to say thanks for having me on. It's a fun time. I like always talking to you guys. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I don't have much to say.
You'll invite us over when you finish your game room.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. You guys come to DC area anytime, you're welcome. That's for anyone out there. So. Give me 12 months though.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll be in DC probably near October.
Okay, all right. All right, you put me on the clock. October.
Yeah.
There you go. Tell the wife I got to get it done by October. So
I'll be in Vienna, Virginia, near Gallows Road, around there.
I work right near there. So.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Make it happen.
Well, I do want to thank you for coming on and sharing your collector profile with us. We hope you've had a good time with us, and we'll see if one of those other people you've called out has the cojones to come on.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.